Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. In the 10th chapter of Tripura Rahasya, we have seen how the same reality, the conscious existence, is everything including us. The multiple experience of there are many things, there are variety of things, there are contrary things, jada, chetan, inert, sentient. Things are born, things are dying. All this is nothing but one absolute reality, and the appearances are like the reflection in the mirror. And as no sadhana is required to be done to remove the reflection in the mirror, but only come to realize that it is just a reflection. Don't become serious about it. Exactly the same way. This whole world is a reflection in the mirror of consciousness. And therefore, as the reflection does not disturb the mirror, similarly, this world cannot disturb us if we are walking the spiritual path. And having thus told, the student, he matured, came to realize. And thereafter, he has given up all his struggle on the spiritual path. The real spiritual practice is effortlessness. No efforts. Relax. After having done this, his life changed completely. He was withdrawn, but now he became active. He was not confident, now he became confident. He had a so-called dispassion, but now he was fighting the wars with the enemies. And yet, he was beyond all this. When his peculiar experience and behavior was watched by his father and uncle, they were surprised as to what happened to him. And when they were told about what happened to him, they also wanted to know the truth, and they also became realized, and in this way, all the people, the kings and the subjects, even to the level of the animals and the birds in the cage, they also were talking only about the truth and nothing else. In this manner, tasma shreyo nidanam tu satsangaha prasamam bhavet. Therefore, the conclusion of the whole story is only this. Satsanga is the first spiritual practice in one's life. You may do anything or do not do anything, doesn't matter. Satsanga alone reveals us about the Sat. All other things are only the preparations. Therefore, to have the Satsanga, we must be in the company of the saints and sages who are talking of non-dual reality. There are saints and sages who talk about divisions and differences. No. Dussangaha sarvathaiva tyajya. That is Dussanga under the disguise of Satsanga. Having thus told, the 10th chapter concluded, then we began yesterday the 11th chapter, and where Bhargava, Parshuramji, he became doubtful about what the Guru has told. Shrutvaipam hemachudasya katham atyantadbhutam tada Bhargavaha sandigdhamanaha prashtum samupachakrave. When he heard this, like it happens with all of us, how only by hearing that you are Brahman everything happens? Then such people want to do sadhana and they struggle. See, there was a person he was telling, the Swamiji, I was approached by so and so. Then, earlier that person was also coming for Satsang. Now that person has stopped. No more Satsang. Now that person is after one Babaji. And that Babaji gives mantra and he touches your forehead or the top and your Kundalini becomes awakened. You are given the mantra and with that mantra alone the God will appear in front of you. Vedanta is only for talking. It has nothing to do with the experience. Experience of God can happen only through these. Mantra Siddhi, Mantra Shakti. This is common for everyone. We are unable to understand how can simply Tattvamasi Mahavakyomdesh, you are divine, everything can happen. Is it so simple? No sadhana, not doing the japa, not doing the mantra, not observing the fast, not going to the temple. Simply by listening to the satsanga, everything will happen. It's not possible. And this is not only with you and me, but also with a great seeker like Parshuramji, when he listens to his Guru Dattatreya. Bhagavan Sri Guru Yatte Proktam Jnanam Mahanbhutam Bhati me Vishavam Hetat Asadhyam Chapi Sarvataha. What you told is most wonderful, enchanting, very entertaining, but I don't think it is ever possible. Katham etat jagat drusham chiti matra swarupakam. How can this objective world be consciousness? Be very attentive. For us, consciousness and sentiency difference is not clear, and therefore this problem comes. In the 13th chapter, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, what is kshetra and what is kshetrajna? So while kshetra means matter, so while explaining the matter, he starts Mahabhutanyahankaro buddhiravyaktamevacha, etc. and he comes ultimately Sukham Dukkham Sanghatas Chetana Dhruti. So the Chetana is sentiency. It is not consciousness. But is Chetana is mistaken as consciousness? No, it is not. And therefore, what we experience is inert versus sentient. Jada and Chetana. Chetana is Chetana. Chetana is expression of consciousness through specific conditionings as life. To understand it, this example. Electrical energy expressing through the bulb as light. So the light is equal to Chetana or life. Now if there are two bulbs, in one bulb there is light, in other there is no light. So what we say, in the bulb where there is no light, there is no electricity? No, there is. Only thing, the electrical energy is not able to manifest as light. Exactly the same way. In the Jada Chetana, sentient and inert world, in the sentient world, the consciousness is able to express as life, but in the Jada world, the inert world, the consciousness is unable to express as life. So it is the defect of the conditioning through which things are expressing. This basic is not understood. And therefore we say, wherever there is life, there is God. No, where there is no life, there also God is. Only thing that the God is not manifest. See, friends. And therefore, all these people who are lost only in this Chetana, they all the time talk about various kinds of experiences happening. When I sit down, I feel, something is rising up, and I feel here something is happening in the Manipur chakra and all that. These are all psychic centers without any solid reality behind it. See, friends. Therefore, Parshuramji said, Katham etat jagam drishyam chiti matra sarupakam. How can the objective world be consciousness? Because I am consciousness. No, dear, you are not consciousness. You are Chetana. You are Chetana. You are a living being. Consciousness is common between the Jada Chetana, between the sentient and the inert. But because we are not able to understand this thing, so he raises this question for us: Kasam etat jagat drishyam sthiti matra swarupam adrushtam kevalam hi etat shraddhopeyam na chanyatha. And we can't accept it. It is not acceptable to us. Yet we accept it only out of faith. Because you are telling God is not only in the living beings, but the God is also in the stones. And therefore, you tell us, put milk on that Shiva Linga and waste the milk. Instead of that, give it to the children. See, friends, this basic error needs to be corrected in our life. Till such time this error is contained, we will think giving food to the hungry is more superior than pouring the milk on the Shivalinga. Because for us, Jada Chetana Veda is not clear. See, friends, therefore, we out of Shraddha we accept, okay, but the truth is, Brahman, Paramatma or Bhagavan is simultaneously the material and the efficient cause of this world. Abhinna Nimitta Upadan Karan. See? Upadan Karan is the material cause, like the clay for the pot, and efficient cause is the pot maker. So, the clay by itself cannot get converted into pot, and the pot maker cannot make a pot without the clay. Two things are required. So, this world, Upanishad says, Yathorna nabhi srujate grundate cha yatha prithvivyam oshadayaha sambhavanti yatha satap purushat kesha lomani tatha aksharat sambhavatiha vishwa. Like the spider provides the material, also the design, he is also the architect and he is also the engineer and creates his own web without the help of anything or anybody. In the same manner. Tatha, second example is given, Satat Purushat Kesha Lomani. From the living person, the dead hair come out. Kesha is the hair on the head and Loma is the hair on the body. Kesha Lomani. And Yatha Prithvivyam Oshadhaya Sambhavanti. Prithvi is Jada. From the Jada Prithvi, from the inert earth, the living plants grow. How contradictions? Exactly the same way. From this absolute reality, which is simultaneously the material and the efficient cause of this world is manifesting. So as a material cause, Paramatma is everywhere. See, when a pot is made, the pot maker is not all the time with the pot, but the clay is all the time with the pot. So when we say Paramatma is all pervading, what we mean is the material cause. And when we say the God is all compassionate, loving, helping his seekers, then that Paramatma is the efficient cause. See, friends, because this is not known clearly, we keep on fighting. Adrushtam kevalam eta shreyopeyam nachanyata itischetya vinirmukta nanubhavya kathanchana. How can you experience the consciousness without the objects? So there cannot be objectless awareness ever experienced. Because we are all the time experiencing something. Experience of 1, 2, 3, 4. We are not talking about experience of, we are talking experience itself. Therefore, Chiti jetya vinirmukta nanubhavya kathanjana na upavannam sarva etat katham chittam samarohet. And therefore, this consciousness can never be experienced as something separate from the material world, and therefore this has no logic, no reason, and therefore we are unable to accept it. We'll say yes because you are Guru. But as regards our acceptance is concerned, no. Therefore, katham chittam samarohe krupaya bodhiyanaha mohamatras sarvatmana kalu itya prushto datta gurur bhagavam avadat bhargavam prati. And in this manner, when the Bhargava said to Guru, the Guru Maharaj became very happy and thus said to Parshurama. What did he say? Shrunu Rama pravakshami drishya tattvam yathastitam etad drishyameshesham tu drushimatram na chetarat. Now from here onwards, he will be giving various philosophies. The Paramanuvad, the Vishishta Advaitavad, and Shunyavad, and all of them will be negated, and then we come to the principle. So these various vadas which we have not studied as a student of the 6 schools of philosophy, we will pass through them quickly and then come to the point what is meaningful to us. So, Etad Drishyam Ashesham tu Dushimatram na Chetarat. Now this is the principle will be established. Etad Drishyam, this whole world, Dushimatram is nothing but pure consciousness. Now this is to be ultimately recognized. Okay? This I have told you in different way. I repeat that and then again come to here. Colors and forms are nothing but the vision. Vision is nothing but the mind. Mind is nothing but the expression of consciousness through the body. Therefore, everything is consciousness. Don't have to trust me. Only analyze your own experience and see what happens. When eyes are closed, where are the colors and forms? When the mind is closed, where are the eyes? But we continue to exist. Therefore, Mai eva sakalam jatam. Everything is born in me. Mai sarvam pratishtitam. Everything is existing in me. Mai sarvam layam yati. Everything comes back to me. Tad brahmadvayam asmeham. That non-dual Brahman I am. What is said in Upanishad as Brahman, here it is said as Chiti or the Samvit or the consciousness. Words are different, meaning is same. This exercise, every day it will happen. When you are going to sleep, just observe how we go to sleep. We start withdrawing from the whole world, come to a point of nobody, and that nobody is now wanting to have only one thing, I want to sleep, I want to sleep. Till such time I and want is there, sleep doesn't begin. When the I and the want drop, the sleep begins. So that which is present in the absence of everything is beyond presence and absence. This exercise every day we can do. When you go to sleep, observe this process. And when we wake up, again observe this process. First, we become aware of ourselves, I am. Then what is the time, kala, where I am, desha, what I am, individual, what I have to do, karma, the whole samsara begins. Again it goes back. Like the bubble gum of a child, he brings out the bubble and he consumes it back. In this manner, this whole world is nothing but a throb in consciousness. That conscious reality is our essential nature. Therefore, etadrishyam ashesham tu drishimatram na itarata atropapattim vakshami shruno samyak samahitaha etadrishyam karyabhutam उत्पत्ति उपलम्बतः उत्पत्तिर नूतना भाषा प्रतिक्षणमिदं जगन् नूतनत्वेनैव भाति ततो तत्क्षणोत्पत्ति जगत केचित् प्राहु जगदिदम् अखण्डैक क्षणोद्भवम् अन्ये पदार्थ संगातमयं चर स्थिर चरात्मकं सर्वधातु समुत्पत्तिः आदित्येव विनिश्चितं तत्र स्वभाववादस्तु नोचितोऽस्ति अतिप्रसंगतः. Now here few philosophies are mentioned. First of all, he said, I shall tell you the atra upapattim vakshami. I shall tell you the logical deduction drawn by various philosophies. First, he said that this whole world has to be an effect because it is created, and therefore it is seen that it is created, and every time it is new. There is nothing the same thing. Therefore, this is continuously new and continuous happening. Therefore, this world is called by the Vijnanavadi as it is created every moment, and this every moment creation is a continuous process. Example they give is the river. When you are sitting on the bank of the river, you put your hand in the river and take it away. So that river where you have put your hand has already gone. Then the river is continuous. So river is a continuous process, but at every moment it is new. This is how these Vijnanavadi they talk about. First about this. And therefore they say that in this world it is an interaction between stable and changing. The space is stable and the world is changing. And this is how they call this world is like this. But some people say that this is born, this is a swabhava, it is natural, it is just like that. It is not just like that. Because if it is just like that, then everything will keep on changing. Sometimes the fire is hot, sometimes the fire is cold. Sometimes we sleep as a doctor and get up as an engineer. See? Just like that. It cannot be like that. It has to be properly done. Therefore, this world cannot be accepted as Swabhavavada. This is called Swabhavavada. They say there is no rule, there is no regulation, the world is just happening like that. Anvaya Vyatirekaabhyam Karya Karana Nishtayat Samvadataha Pravrittinam Katha Asmakam Bhavet. And then, without the cause and effect, this effect cannot exist because by the technique of Anvaya Vyatirek exists inclusion and exclusion. One is able to establish cause and effect. And therefore, in this cause and effect, there cannot be any change. And this cause of the things is seen in this world. See, in Vedas, there is one dictum, it comes, Atindriya Vishaye Vedaha Pramanam. Earlier life and the life hereafter, heaven and hell, sin and merit. This cannot be known by us through our sense organs, mind or intellect. Because these topics are atindriya, beyond the scope of our known faculties. Then how do we know? Vedaha pramanam. There, whatever the Vedas said, that is the ultimate authority. And therefore, we have to accept that this whole world is not just happening without any reason, without any cause, but it is happening as a result of the cause, and He has created this world. Therefore, this world is created by some sentient being. That sentient being is called as the consciousness. Then there are people who are following the path of Sankhya. In the Sankhya also they say that the Prakriti, where it is equanimous, all the three gunas are equanimous, then there is no creation, and when there is a disturbance, there is a creation. And according to Sankhya, Prakriti is independent of Purusha. And therefore, this is not acceptable because no heat can exist without the fire. fire and heat. Can we say the heat exists without fire? It cannot. So fire is the substance, heat is the Shakti, the potentiality. And therefore, here the Sankhyas are not accepted in Vedanta. They are accepted up to some point. Beyond that, it is not acceptable. Because according to Sankhya, there are number of jivas according to number of bodies. So per body, one jiva. Then the Purusha is separate. Then the Prakriti is separate. In this manner, they create duality which is unacceptable. In this manner, we are not able to understand what this creation is according to these philosophies. Tasman jagat karyasya karanam nopalabhyate adruhtetu shruti moolam nanya manasam susangamaha. Therefore, one has to finally come to a conclusion that what is not known through the logic or reason, what is beyond the scope of the sense organs, mind, etc., there Shruti Pramanam, Shrutir Moolam na anyat, other than there is no way. And here the example is given. Pramatru Nam Apurdatvat Tat Pramanasya Anavastite Karya Kartru Viyogasya Bhuyo Adarshana Hetutaha. Therefore, the Jiva is incomplete, Apurna, and therefore he cannot have the approach to the Paroksha, what is the reality, what is Paramatma, because the finite can never know the infinite. The vision is finite. Vision can function only in a Vibgyor spectrum of light waves. Beyond that, our vision cannot go. Because vision is a finite instrument. In the same manner, our mind can know up to a particular limit. Beyond that, it cannot know. Our ears can hear only up to a particular spectrum of decibels. Beyond that, it cannot hear. Our intellect can probe up to a particular limit. Beyond that, it is useless. And therefore, the ultimate is the Shruti Mata. And therefore, we come to this conclusion that this Jiva by his own efforts can never know the truth. This is how few years before when I was in England, there was a hot topic, the God particle. So when I was having my talks, they asked me, Swamiji, what is your opinion about God particle? I said, that is a manufactured one. 0 megapixel particle. It has no meaning. Because when you talk about particle, you are creating parts. Infinite cannot be cut into parts. Parts can be imagined in the infinite. Space is infinite. North, east, west, south. These are imaginary parts. Man is infinite. Father, son, husband, they are imaginary. Man is not the summation of the son, the husband and the father. Man is all these three and yet beyond these three. Therefore, God cannot be a particle, and that is why this infinite Jiva can never know, the finite Jiva can never know the infinite reality. Therefore, this world which is so wonder of all wonders, the creator of this also must be wonder of all wonders, and therefore this truth is known only through the authority of the scriptures and the Vedas and nothing else. When we talk about scriptures and Vedas, we specifically mean Upanishad. Don't become emotional and what is our country? Where all religions are respected except Hinduism? Secular. It is not a secular thing. All the scriptures, no, they are not scriptures. They are only the code of conduct, how to expand your own things. There are no truth in that. There is no logic, there is no reason, there is no authority. The other day I received one WhatsApp. one person from our thing in the United Nations got up and started telling, you have been all hearing very big things. Let me tell you, according to our Indian tradition, a story. He said, many years before, maybe about 5,000-10,000 years before, there was a great Shiva devotee in Kashmir. And he saw the Dal Lake so beautiful. So he decided to take bath. And he removed his clothes and went into the lake to bath. But when he came, some Pakistani came and took away all his clothes. So when this was said, that Pakistani person got up and he said, no, not possible. Pakistan was not there. He said, have you heard? J&K belongs to India, not Pakistan. It was never there. See, friends, the truth is revealed only with the authority of the Upanishad and there is no other. Therefore, in Upanishad it is not said, if you don't do this, you will go to hell. On the contrary, it is said, Tatra Veda Aveda Bhavanti. In the truth, even Vedas, Upanishads are also dropped. You alone remain. Therefore, Sakatrutam Jagadidam Sambhava Chetano Hisaha. And this world is created by someone who has to be sentient, who has to be the consciousness. And Karyasya Achintya Rupasya Karta Sadharanaha Katham. When the creation is so wonder of all wonders, how can the creator be ordinary? And therefore this creator, the consciousness, the Chiti is extraordinary. Tasmad Achintya Shakti Saha Agamastad Vimarshanam. If you have got an iPhone, how the iPhone will function will be determined only by the manual provided by the Apple and not by the Samsung. How simple it is. In the same manner, he who created this world, he alone can tell about this world. We all can only imagine. And imagination is according to our training that we have been trained. Therefore, Tasmat Achintya Shakti Saha Agamastat Vimarshanam. And this can be known only through the scriptures. Scriptures are nothing but the expression of the divine through the words of the great masters. Therefore, Rishayaha Mantra Dashtraraha. It is said, Rishi, we are not talking about Rishi Kapoor. Rishi is the one who has, to whom the knowledge is revealed. Mantra Dashtraraha. There used to be a great master in Vrindavan, Akhandanji Maharaj. In Kanpur, there is a temple, they call it JK Temple. JK Tires, that temple. Beautifully constructed. And they had the arch before you enter the compound. So, they asked Maharajji, Maharajji, what should we write on the arch? We will write that, you tell us. He said, I will tell you tomorrow, not today. So, all right. And next day when he got up, he told his disciple, hey, write down one shlok. He wrote down the shlok. He said, Maharajji, what is the reference? He said, I don't know. Then I saw this shlok. See? Wisdom is revealed to the masters. And therefore, they don't claim authorship. We write one useless article and it must come everywhere. I have written this, I have written that. And all rights reserved. See? No rights are reserved on the scriptures. Anybody can quote and use it or misuse it. Therefore, this knowledge is revealed to them. Purnasya tat pratihatam pramanam sarvatodikam. And therefore, this infinite knowledge about the infinite reality is available only in the Vedas or the Upanishad. Tatraikastu maheshanaha pura srishtir udarutaha. And there in the scriptures, the great Maheshwara, the Paramatma, the Chiti, the consciousness, the Samvit, so many words, Bhagavan said, Swatantro hi upadanaha swatantra bhairava bhavat. Therefore, he said that in the beginning there was but one self. So therefore, it is said in Upanishad, Atma vaidameva grahasi nanyat kinchada sa ikshata. So in the beginning there was nothing other than the Atma, the Maheshwara, the self, and nothing else. So, Swatantro hi anupadanaha, and he was totally free because there is nobody to bother him. Like husband cannot be free because wife is all the time on the head. Therefore, most of the husband lose their hair. Carrying the burden. You know the result. Have you seen the ladies losing the hair? No. Because poor husbands are never mind. So, this Paramatma Satantro hi anupadanaha swatantra bhairava bhavat. Therefore, without the help of anything or anybody, meaning this Paramatma is simultaneously the material and efficient cause created this world. Now, in this particular text, the process of creation is unique. We come across many places with different theories of creation. In Chandogya Upanishad, there are only 3 mantras. There are only 3 Mahabhutas, not Pancha Mahabhutas. Only Agni, Jala and Prithvi. The Akasha and the air is to be understood. But when you come to the Taittiriya Upanishad, they are all the 5. Atmanaha Akasha Sambhutaha, Akasha Vayu, Vayu Agni, Agni Rapaha, Advya Prithvi, Prithivya Oshadaya, Oshadibhyo Annam, Annat Purusha. The whole sequence is given. Then in other Upanishad, it is Saikshata, he simply thought, and Sankalpa Srishti, the world is created. So, in this particular text, Swatma Bhitto Jagat Chitram Vilasaya Vabhasayen Tata Swapna Manorajye Kalpitam Svena Kevalam. Now here is very subtle thought, be very attentive. Yatha Swapna Manorajye Kalpitam Svena Kevalam. These 3 experiences constitute the life. But for us, life means only the waking experience. So, our conclusion about life is based on 1/3 of the total experiences. And any conclusion drawn on the basis of incomplete data is not valid. Conclusion drawn by a statistician. Keep the head of a person in the freeze and feet in the heater, in the hot air oven, his average temperature is normal. Therefore, if we think only waking experience is the ultimate experience, no. Our experiences include waking, dream and deep sleep. All the 3 are to be accounted for. So here it begins. That Yatha Swapna Manorajye, 2 things. Swapna. Now, what is the dream? The mind is the mirror. On the mirror of the mind is the reflection of the world, dream world. Like when we stand in front of the mirror itself becomes every content of that reflection. This point is very subtle point, friends. Catch this. Normally people remain only at the surface level. When you see in the mirror, there is a lateral inversion. It has nothing to do with the inversion. The principle to be learned is that the mirror is not influenced by the reflections it is carrying. First. Second thing, the same mirror surface becomes Jada Chetana. The trees, the mountains, the plants, the animals, running, children, saint, criminals, everything is the same mirror. Exactly the same way. Our mind is the mirror, and the same mind becomes everything, including ourselves. So in the dream, there is I, who is going through good and bad experiences, and in the same dream, there is the whole world good and bad, and everything is nothing but our own mind. Exactly the same way. The second one is Manorajya. When we are sitting all the time, closing our eyes, you ask, hey, are you doing meditation? No. Are you sleeping? No. Are you thinking? No. Then what are you doing? Nothing. What? Nothing. Manorajya. So, in the mind you create. When I go home, I have to cut onion, I have to do this thing, I have to do this thing. You have already started creating the whole thing. Your mind becomes onion without tears in your eyes. So, as our mind becomes both the mirror and the reflection, in the same manner, this Swatma Vittau Jagat Chitram on the wall of consciousness, there is a mirror, this Jagat Chitram, the whole world is painted, is appearing. To understand this deeply and get established in that, if you are deeply involved in studies and further depth in experience, study the 6th chapter of Panchadashi. That is Chitradeep Prakarana. And in the Chitradeep, the whole thing is shown so beautifully. It's a very thick chapter, 290 verses. And in that, how the student can slowly brought up and everything disappears and we come to the substratum. Here also, Yatha Sapna Manoraje Kalpitam Svena Kevalam is only imagination. Our mind only imagines friends, enemies, things and beings. Aham tve naiva grunnati diham tadvat ayam jagat. So in the dream and all that, one part of the mind becomes aham and the other part of the mind becomes idam. Similarly, aham tve naiva grunnati diham tadvat ayam jagat nate rupam yatha deha sapna vyavrutti hetutaha. In the same manner, this whole world is only imagined. It is not there. Similarly, this whole world is imagined in the pure conscious existence. Then why we are not able to experience? Because we are influenced by that. Just imagine, there are Chinese stories like this. In the picture, or you are standing in front of the mirror and it is a Harry Potter brand mirror. So, when you are standing before that Harry Potter brand mirror, your own reflection starts shouting at you and you become frightened and the jhadu wala comes, riding on that jhadu. The jhadu has created problems all over. Therefore, tube light lag gaya. So, nate rupam yatha deha. So, like the deha in the dream, the body in the dream is not the reality. In the same manner, this world which is appearing on the mirror of consciousness, this world is not the deha, not the reality. Evam devo dehadi vetiriktam stvam yatha kevala chinmaya. Therefore, you are who? Neither the dream world, nor the dreamer, nor the mind, but you are the one who is illuminating both the dream world along with the dream experiences and the dreamer. You are that conscious reality. So the same thing applied in the waking. Be attentive. These three things cannot remain independent of each other. They are mutually dependent. Waker, waking world and waking experiences, they have to be together. Dreamer, dream world, dream experiences, they have to be together. If there is no dreamer, there is no dream world, no dream experiences. And the dream doesn't break part by part. First, the dream world has gone, thank God. I'll wait for some time. Then the dream experience is gone. Oh, now the dreamer is waiting. Chalo ya, niklo. No, still there is time. No. It is simultaneous disappearance. In the same manner, the waking world, the waker and the waking experience, all of them simultaneously disappear. But as the dream disappears, but we continue to exist in the same manner. When this waking world along the waker and the waking experience disappear, we, the pure conscious reality, continue to exist. In this pure conscious reality, this picture, this reflection of world is merely appearing. Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha vedaisya sarvai ahameva vidyaha. This is the meaning of that mantra. I alone support the waker along with the waking world and waking experiences. When all the three of them disappear, I continue to exist. Why? Because now I have to look after the second baby. The dreamer, dream world and the dream experiences. So that baby also goes to sleep. Now the third baby, the deep sleep experience and the pragya, the deep sleeper. That also goes, but I continue to live. This is the conscious mirror in which this world of multiplicity is merely an appearance. Hold on to this, hold on to this. To this means what? To this world? No, Baba. To this conscious reality. That is what you are. Therefore, nate rupam yatha deha swapna vyavrutti hetutaha. So, because in the dream I became a good or a bad person, that is not my nature. In the same manner, in this waking world, I am a husband, I am wife, I am mother, father, rich, poor, man, animal. This is not your essential nature. But the one who is supporting this great reflection of the world is you. Swami Anubhavanandaji always used to chant, like we chant Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, first verse. Swami Anubhavanandaji used to chant this first sloka of Dakshinamurti. Vishwam darpana drishyamana nagari tulyam nijantargatam pashyannatmani mayaya bahirivot bhutam yatha nidraya yas sakshat kurute prabodha samaye Swatmanam evadvayam tasmai Sri Guru Murtaye namaidam Sri Dakshina Murtaye. Many years before, somewhere in Haridwar, that time Swami Anubhavanandaji was a grahastha and he was moving from one place to another, studying, meeting great Mahatmas, not getting hooked up with one individual. He was seeking the truth. And in that, once he happened to speak Bhagavad Mahapuran to one Avadhut Maharaj, Swami Shankarananda, who was living in a haunted house. Nobody used to go there during night, but Mahatma used to be there comfortable. All dirt, spider webs and everything. And he used to be there. So, Swamiji went and spoke to him on Bhagavad Mahapuran, 11th canto. And after the whole Satsanga was heard, thereafter, this great master Avadhut said, I have heard from you this great knowledge. I should not take the knowledge free. I must give you something. But what can I give you? I have nothing. Then he said, okay, I give you the Upadesh, and said, from now onwards, you are no more a Jiva. You are Sakshat Paramatma, Sakshat Brahma, Tattvamasi. And Swamiji says, thereafter, in my whole life, I never had even once, even in dream, that I am a soul living in this body. See, friends. Such great masters are not interested in the recognition by the government. See, friends, they are far beyond all these things. Therefore, he was never having any kind of ashram and projects and teaching the children and beta, you chant Hare Ram, Hare. No! Will you try to improve the dream? You cannot. This is that text. Don't get lost in this world. Otherwise, under the disguise of the social service, we only serve ourselves. Therefore, they are called as NGOs. Tathasya jagat deho vyavrutte pralayedanu. So, when the dream is over, where the I goes, the dreamer. Similarly, when the waking is over, where the waker goes, all of them come to me. In the same manner, when this whole world is dissolved in the Mahapralaya, the whole world comes back to the same conscious reality that we are. This is the meaning of their Kaivalya Upanishad. Mayeva sakalam jatam. Everything is born in me. If I is not there, my country cannot be. If I is not there, my guru cannot be. If I is not there, my religion cannot be. If I is not there, my wife there cannot be. Everything is born in me, sustained in me, and ultimately it goes back to me. Therefore, nothing is created. It is only manifestation and manifestation. Like the waves on the ocean are not created. Ocean manifests as waves, and again the waves unmanifest as ocean. Therefore, when there are many waves on the ocean, what we call as creation, but it is only an appearance, nothing is created. And when all the waves dissolve back, nothing is lost. Is it not? So many dreams created and gone back. Because of the dream, do we become the sapno ka saudagar? No. And when the dreams go back, nothing is lost. Exactly the same way. Childhood has come on us. Childhood has gone. We are the same. Teenage has come on us. Teenage has gone. We are the same. Middle age has come on us. It has gone. We are the same. Old age has come. It will go. We will be the same. Even if we do not want, we are the truth. See, friends. So, dehadi vyatiriktvatvam yatha kevala chinmayaha evam devo jagashunya chideka vapuravyaha tenedam swatmani jagat chitran unmilitam nanu. Therefore, this one absolute conscious blissful reality, on it, in that reality, this whole world is unmilitam, it is manifesting. Like the flower opens during the day, closes in the night. In the same manner, this life is manifesting and manifesting. It is incessantly going on again and again. Therefore, where from this world has come, where this world is going. Nobody can even think and talk about it, because where from the waves have come and where the waves go. We will talk about waves only if we are on the surface. This experience I had told you once. Somewhere in Australia, I went for, the scuba diving. And when we were on the surface, swimming, looking down into the waters and seeing the corals, the waves used to buffet us. So I got fed up. I said, forget about it. I went back to the boat, removed all those things, and then that person was saying, hey man, what will you do? I said, I'll jump into the ocean. He said, okay, jump. And I jumped. And he started shouting, oh man, this fellow has come from India, what will happen now? And when I went deep down, maybe 10 feet or so, no problem of waves. When we are living on the surface of our personality, when we are living on the periphery of our personality, there will be buffeting because of the joy and sorrows, gain and loss, honor and dishonor. Go deep down in you, like from the surface of the ocean, go deep in the waters, no waves, all beauty. This is the only reason why we all want to sleep. Sleep is nothing but diving deep within our own self. Now see, where are we? We are at the periphery of our personality. Our achievements, failures, our past. He was born so and so, he has done so and so, he has gone on that day to this day. How much past burden we are carrying. And then so many relations, so many achievements, so many failures. And thus we start remaining only on the periphery of our personality. Come closer to yourself, drop the achievements, drop the failures, drop the relations, drop the possessions. And this is what we do every day. Sleep is nothing but dropping everything. And come to a point which cannot be dropped. That is our essential nature. Therefore, Rute chiti kachitva kwa bhavitum arhati. Without this consciousness, nothing can ever exist. Because kvachit means anywhere. So the time and the space, they are validated by the consciousness. When we say God is everywhere, it is an abuse to God. God is not everywhere. Everywhere is in God. Take a simple example. We can ask a question, where is earth? We can ask a question, where is water, fire, air? Can we ask a question, where is the space? Space is not in the earth. Space is not in the water. Space is not in the fire. Space is not in the air. All of them are in the space. In the same manner, the time and the space and the object, they are in this conscious space. This conscious space, Chidakasha, is the one which validates the concept of time and space with its projection of the mind. Transcend the mind, no time, no space. And we talk about, oh, God is omnipresent in all the things. God is not in all the things. All the things are in God. Gold is not in the ornaments. All the ornaments are in gold. The clay is not in the pot. All the pots are in the clay. Therefore, pots can be destroyed, not the clay. The ornaments can be destroyed, not the gold. See, friends, this is called a viparita bhavana. This upside down, wrong understanding, we are buried. And therefore, we think I am inside the body and the world is outside. When you are in deep sleep, whether you are inside or outside, in and out is only a concept developed with reference to the body identification. And because of this body identification, I am inside the body, the world is outside the body, and samsara begins. So if you have to understand what is samsara, samsara is an illusion of the concept of in and out. Drop in and drop out. This homogeneous, undivided being is our essential nature. And because of this, in the deep sleep, there is no division of in and out. Therefore, there is no I versus the world. Therefore, there is no achievement, no failure. Therefore, there is no sense of otherness. Therefore, there is no sense of limitation. And therefore, there is only bliss and happiness. The moment we get identified with the body, the whole samsara begins. Therefore, Rute chiti kadachit va kva kim bhaviturmarti yatra bhava chitir bruyat sa desho naiva siddhati. Where the consciousness is not, even that place cannot be established. Without the ruchiti, without the rute, without the consciousness, even the space cannot be established. And so also, without the consciousness, even the time cannot be established. Yatra bhava chite bruyasa desho naiva siddhati. No place, no time. Abhavasya chite kena siddhet tasmat chiti para. Because the absence has to be established by somebody. If you tell a child, go and find out in that room who is there, the child doesn't go. Nobody is there. How do you know? Have you gone and seen? No. Then how do you know? Go and see. So when he will go there and establish that there is nobody, meaning even the absence has to be authenticated by the presence of the conscious reality. Therefore, that which supports the absence is the real presence. This presence is not opposed to absence. Day is opposed to night. Wisdom is opposed to foolishness. Man is opposed to wife. But the consciousness is not opposed to anything or any being. This unopposed experience is the Shuddha Chitti, the pure consciousness, and therefore it is from this Chitti alone everything Mahasatta Jagat Grasa Shila Purna Vabhasate. So, this Chitti, this pure consciousness alone consumes and digests the whole world. Everything goes back into this consciousness, everything comes out of this consciousness. That conscious reality we are. But then what is said in our scripture that we are born, we die, now what about it? That depends on what you take yourself to be. If you take yourself to be the man, you will be opposed to woman. If you take yourself to be the husband, you will be miserable. If you take yourself to be the father, you will be suffering. If you take yourself to be the jiva, you will be born again and again. If you take yourself to be the conscious, blissful reality, everything is over. Choice is given. What you accept yourself. If you accept yourself, then papo ham papo karma, then go to hell. Such a freedom is given. Now you choose what you are. Instead of choosing the right thing, we tick mark the wrong thing. When you go in various places, in the immigration, they give you dumb forms. You have to fill in. A big question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. And the answers are only yes and no. So the question is, are you a member of a criminal organization? Yes and no. Are you carrying weapons on your person? Yes and no. You have got a choice, yes and no. Select correctly in the same manner. Only in the human form we have a choice to accept ourselves to be somebody, nobody or divine. Exercise your freedom and be happy. But if you all the time cold husband, wife, children, office, Hare Ram, 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 disgusting existence, you play your role. See? Play the role of the husband. What is the role of the husband? Fool the wife. Make her feel that she is most important. Without her, your life is happy. And be happy, friends. There cannot be more spiritual practice than this text is telling us. Take life lightly. Nobody lives this world alive. Everybody has to die. The day you take this principle, then you will see what is the meaning of this wonderful text. So, Mahasatta Jagat Grasa Shila Purna Vabhasate. In this Mahasatta, this absolute existence cannot be the inert existence, but it is the conscious existence. That is why consciousness and existence, they are not two, they are one. That is why the best place, the best word to express is the Chidakasha. Akasha because it includes everything. Chit because it is self-illumined. Self-illumined conscious reality is indicated by one word, Chidakasha. Conscious space. This conscious space is our essential nature in which the whole reflection of the world is merely appearing. The rest of the things to all. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.